Hi, I'm Rob. We're here at Minnick Manufacturing today. We've got the gas leak detection drill, the Hornet. It's also used for gas leak extraction holes. And we want to take a look at how to operate it safely and maintain it. Let's get familiar with the Hornet. I want to start with the controls right up top. In our left hand we have the drill on and off lever, and then in our right hand we have the feed up and down lever. This is our adjustment for the air regulator with the gauge right in front here. On down we have the main air supply. This is where we connect, and we also have the oiler on the left side. We have the air cylinders here. This is the drill carrier, slides up and down the rail, and this is our actual drill hammer. And the drill guide down here, and we'll insert the drill steel right here. All right, let's take a look at the drill steel before we install it. We have a 7/8 by 3 1/4 chuck, 22 under collar. And to install it, then what we want to do is lay the Hornet right on its back. We have a latch right here that we want to open. And then on the drill guide, we just open the T here and slide this hex right up inside and close the latch, close the bearing guide, and she's ready to go. Let's take a look at the oiler here. We want to fill it, and we want to get in the habit of pressing that red safety button on top, just in case there's any air pressure in there. That'll release that. And we can use a crescent wrench and just loosen the top and unscrew it here. Now we have a gauge down inside that controls the amount of oil that goes to the drill. It comes preset at the factory, but just so you know how to do it, let's take a look at that. Okay, now when we go to adjust the oiler gauge, you'll see the slot for the flathead screwdriver, and you want to turn it clockwise all the way till it stops. Now on mine, it stops at the number 2. That's the closed position. So what we want to do is turn it counterclockwise, 5.5 increments. So mine's going to end up at the 7.5 mark, and then that will be just like we set it at the factory, and it should be a good amount of oil running to the drill, but you can adjust that. Now the way we actually know if we have enough oil going to the drill is we go to the front of the drill here, and when the drill's not running, okay, you should be able to put your finger in the inside of this exhaust deflector and get an oily film. Also, another place to check is right on the shank back here. It should just be a nice oily film. It shouldn't be running out, or dry. You want to make sure you have enough lubrication to your drill. Okay, and then once you've set that, we want to go ahead and use the rock drill oil. There are some recommended lubricants here on the sticker, also in your manual. We also do have rock drill oil here at Minnick. And we just want to fill the oiler to the bottom of the threads here. There we go. And then replace the safety cap and tighten it with the crescent wrench. Okay, now we're ready to connect the air supply. I always recommend laying it down. In fact, anytime you're not using the machine, it's just a great way to store it. We want to release the safety lanyards, and our Chicago style fitting, we just take the cap off and then reattach the safety lanyards. And now it's safe to turn your main compressor on. Now with our air regulator gauge, you can see we've got that set at about 4 pounds. We really don't need much to drill the hole. You can see our recommended settings here is 4 to 7 psi. If you need to make any adjustments, right here is the adjustment knob. And on our main air supply, we want at least 90 CFMs coming through, but no more than 120 psi coming into this machine. Okay, we talked about the recommended pressure setting at 4 to 7 psi. We want to show you what happens when we have too much pressure. You'll see the machine lift back, just as we feed it even. Okay, it'll just push the drill back. Now then, to correct that, then we want to change our air regulator, pull up on the knob and just dial it down to the 4 pounds. And then when you pull the feed button, it'll have the right... Here at Minic, we care about your safety. So whatever your safety regulations are on the job site or by the state, whatever regulations are, please wear your safety gear. Okay, now that our air is connected, we can stand her back up. And we can position the drill where we want to drill. And before we drill, we have to take the safety pin out. That keeps the drill in the upward position. So we want to take that off. Okay, now that we're ready to drill, what we want to do is apply the feed valve, allow the drill steel to go down and touch the concrete. Then we want to pull the drill with our left hand, the drill valve, and then drill to the desired depth. And then keeping the drill valve on, we want to release the feed valve, and that'll keep the drill spinning and allow the drill to feed back out of the hole. And then once you're clear of the hole, you can release the drill. So here's what that looks like. Okay, now that we're done drilling, we want to go ahead and put the safety pin back in before we turn the air off. Then we want to turn the air off back at your main compressor so there's no more air coming to the machine. And then we have to bleed the air pressure that's still in the drill. And so what we want to do is actually just pull the drill valve. Until your gauge reads 0, and then we actually want to get a rag and put it over the red valve here, and you can release any extra pressure pushing that red safety valve. And after we release the pressure here, we want to go ahead and lay the machine down and remove the safety lanyards, and then it's safe to release that and put the cap back on so we're free of dust and debris. We want to cover a few pinch points that we have. They are clearly marked, but we want to point those out. Remember, as this travels up and down, we have some pinch points, and then as this opens and closes. But check your manual, that'll give you the complete pinch points area. As far as maintenance goes, you want to make sure that the drill mount bolt is tight. We also have the front clamp here on the drill. You want to make sure that's snug, but don't over tighten it. It could actually keep the drill from sliding. We also want to make sure that the deflector is down. We don't get rain going up in there. And if you call in for parts, your serial number is located right here on the drill. That's a great reference to help you get the right parts.